Okay, we're back. It's your boy Kamal Hart on the chart. I'm always going bar by bar. To start it off, I'm seeing this congestion area, big bear leg, and sort of a pullback. So, um, I'm seeing some highs there. Mainly, I think I'm checking to see if this pullback reaches this breakout area, and then I'm also gonna get a trend line going down there. So I want to see a breakout pullback retest of the lows. That's what I'm expecting. Get this. This is a failed second. Oh no, that's a failed second entry short. So this is just a setup. See how it pulls right back to that area. It gives a big red bar. It's a good sign. Pull back. So that's the lower high if you're going short. I think since we had the reversal pattern though, I think we do have to respect this. So essentially there's like a breakout, um, move to a new high. So we could start reversing from here. That's a strong move. So we need one more break above. See right here. That's where I took my first trade. Failed second entry long. Prices were starting to get a little volatile, so kind of had me a little nervous, but I was able to enter no problem. Put our lows down there. So that broke out, so I was able to enter on a stop, scalp out my first contract, and then I guess I still have some PTTD, post-traumatic trade disorder, from yesterday, because when this market pulled back just a little bit, I was so ready to get out, and it never broke above. There was no reason for me to exit on the second contract. I think I just wanted to like get a trade in the bag for the day because I wasn't sure if I was gonna trade today, and I was just like, okay, I got one in the bag, got a little cushion for my next trade to let it, run. But man, this one I would have gotten a nice move. Just a touch off this low would have been perfect. Starting to go sideways. You see how this bar is inside of that bar and it's inside of that bar. I just want a visual for it. I didn't really use this while I was trading, but just to get a visual, I want to see what that range looks like. And that was kind of the same thing here, but the context is not as relevant for the congestion when we're moving like this. Get that break below, kind of a breakout. I didn't really, but you look at this trade, if this is our congestion, it's a little too high if you use this red bar, but between these couple bars, kind of like a break higher, and then it fades back to the range. So that thing goes, and that's cool. Um, this signal bar is kind of big, so I probably want to enter there. It's just a first entry to the lows. Nothing really there for you. That's giving you a good move. I guess another thing we're looking for now is obviously a measured move from this leg. Should be getting close. So we still got some room till there. But maybe we're going to get a measured leg down there. But I don't see a trade yet that we can take. And in theory, if you extend this line, you definitely have a breakout 2 legs down. So we're on guard for like a reversal pattern. So when I get this line up through here, I want a pullback type entry. That's the higher low. It's not a good signal bar. Here's a second entry long, little inside bar, second entry long. a little aggressive. We haven't gotten the reversal pattern yet, but if you can try to set it up to where you exit at the highs, or you at least cover your entry when it gets to the highs, if you want to swing for more. I see that trade. And that's hilarious actually because it fails. But I went short on that red bar. That's really funny. It's funny, a couple hours from the charts and you completely see things differently. But, that second entry long, like I said, it's aggressive because of the, don't have the reversal pattern yet, a little aggressive. But when it broke above and then came below, I actually went short right there, and then I scalped out. And then for this one, it was a lot easier to hold my runner since I had some money from this trade, and I just put my take profit, I think a tick off the lows or at the low or something. Okay, a few ticks off the low, so just there. That's pretty funny to me. It's like I completely saw this differently in real time. So this little microtrend gets invalidated because of the this little leg right here. Now we're waiting to see what we get. Here's like the lower high now, right there. Kind of get that breakout. And you see how we were going sideways. And then we're waiting just for another break higher, and you could potentially go long there, kind of looking for a reversal. So once it broke above right there, could have went long there. I'll put an arrow for this trade too. So you could have went long right there. That's a failed second entry. Takes a little bit, but it gets what you need, and it's kind of going sideways, so it's not that great. But if you saw it, it was there. So at this point, I'm going to see that congestion area, and I'm going to try to get a range on it. Maybe something like there. So you get a breakout, this little inside bar short. That's kind of like from this congestion, a breakout. It's an okay trade, a little aggressive, not the one I'm going to take. And gets you enough for a scalp, but reverses pretty quick, so it's nothing too unexpected there. And then we possibly, since we're starting to move higher, have a trend through there. Maybe another one right there. So we're getting this touch on the high side and a breakout. So I want to see if maybe if we add, oh man, if we add another, somewhere like in there. Let's see where we get the touch. See how you get that touch. Starts to pull back off it. That's a good sign. And just kind of creeping up, not much we can do when it's creeping up like that. We got to wait for a pullback. So right now we're just kind of sitting on our hands, waiting. We get that pullback finally. There's the lower high. And then, with this pullback, right, the way this pullback shot off, when you look over here, that's the exact same area. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, maybe there's a bigger range. There could very well be a range maybe in there. And here's our midline. somewhere in there. So now we're just looking to go short off the highs and long off the lows, same as always. So kind of get that pullback. Here's the lower high. It's not a bad setup. You know, you're in this trend, but I oftentimes ignore the trend. Once we get to the high side touch of the range, this high side touch, I start to ignore this trend because this range is seeming, especially if it turns off, you know, if it just touches and keeps going, that's different. But if it turns down, that's a sign. So there's your lower high setup, and that one's pretty good, and you get a nice runner off that one as well. Here's your failed second entry short, but you know, we're not looking to take that. We're a little close to the middle. We're not really off the EMA, and then if you look, it breaks below and then closes back inside, so that we already know this is going to be a sketchy setup. So if you're in, try to exit, and hopefully you didn't get in just because of those other things I said. That pulls back. It's cool. But now I want to keep in mind that since we got that sort of failed second entry long failure, if we get a nice setup off this EMA, that could be a good short, like right there. It went a little bit higher, so that's a little bit concerning, but that's essentially the rule. When this fails and you get this nice signal bar, that's probably a better place to go short. And you know, you got to fight this pullback, but it never breaks above, and that gets you just what you need. That gets you just what you need on the way down. So at this point, there's for sure another, I'll use array actually. There's for sure another trend going down now. It's not, I don't love the way it fits too much off the high. It's possibly something through there. Something like that. Close is close enough. We'll see in a little bit how close we are. So now we're getting this range, so we're going to try to get short all the way down. This is a double top, so this is the lower high, but you're kind of close to the middle, and you're in the middle of the channel. It's not that great of a setup. Get that breakout, and then here's the failed second entry short, but we're like right slab in the middle. I'm just going to wait, but maybe this is an aggressive trade if you want to take that one. And yeah, that gets you what you need. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, another reason why I waited is because it touched the low side and we didn't quite get to the high side. But of course, there's usually a midline in there, and if you look and put the midline is pretty much what it goes off of. So it's aggressive. I mean, you could have. I don't like how it's on the wrong side of the range, going short to the lower side. So if you're willing to take that risk, pays off there. Now you're getting kind of that breakout side of the channel, so we need to just see what prices do. Set up that nice signal bar, but that's just the first entry to the low. Seeing it fails. Here's a second entry short. Good signal bar, but it's really big. So I'd probably skip this trade, but there's a second entry short right there. And it works. You get the lower high, but that's not that great. Double bottom, doji. Not really what we're looking for. So at this point, let's just wait to get long when we touch the low side. So not there, but if we get a higher low, that'll be where. And we get the higher low there, but it's kind of like a doji. It's going a little sideways. We need to wait for just a little bit better setup, and that could be the failed second entry. See, that gives us that push. Now we can see like, okay, we're going higher. there's at least a little trend working up right through here that's taking prices higher. That pullback, get another pullback, and see this thing goes all the way back down. So that invalidates this line. It's important to note, I don't think I would have taken it though, but this right here was a second entry short off the low, first entry, second entry. That's a good signal bar off the trend line. It's too low in the range for me to really trust it, and it's going right into the EMA, but it was there. So now we gotta wait and see. See if this gives us the higher low. It doesn't, it's still going lower. I'm just waiting to see if it keeps going or we're gonna get long. It's right there, there's the higher low, engulfing bar. We're not gonna buy that yet. We're gonna wait for the next time it goes lower and fails. Like right there, that's a lot better. That's a reversal pattern. And let's give this one a trend channel line. Like there. So when it breaks above this bar, you can go long. Still reversal pattern. You're expecting prices to come back up to this side. Boom, that's a nice trade. And that line is still holding, that's good. It's the first entry to the high, nothing there. Pulling back. I would measure, I mean, we're expecting it to go to the high side, so I don't use the measured moves nearly as much in the range. But just for a visual, if we can catch a swing, maybe we can get up to there. Engulfing bar off the lows. Can't really make a count off the lows yet. There's a double bottom there, and then that makes it a failed second entry, but let's see if it works. I wouldn't be pressed to go long right there. And it works. So let's look at that. A double bottom, the higher low, and here's the failed second entry. It's aggressive, but if you see it, it was there. I'm never sure if I should use these double bottoms. That one worked. Pulling back to the EMA, see if we can get a nice long, maybe a break above here, we'll go long. Yeah, get that long, and then 70.25. Yeah, and you get out. That's the next place you go long, right there. Just a second entry long. Off this high, it pulls back. First attempt to go higher, it fails. And then second attempt to go higher is a really good signal bar sitting on the EMA. We have a measured target up there. We're still looking for it to touch the high side. A lot of reasons. It's going to go sideways, so let's just get that in check. It's kind of right on top of the midline. But at least right there, we're kind of going sideways, so we need to be careful. Kind of the breakout trade. Here's like a second entry to that high on the low side of the range. I mean, if you enter this and can get out at the midline, 50, yeah, I mean, you can go long there. Don't know if that one doesn't work. Too sideways. I'm a little tired today. I think I'm making mistakes even in this review, but it's all good. Just going too sideways. I'd even, at this point, just say, hey, maybe it's down here. You know, so like this is our new little mini congestion. For the most part, oh, this trade it was like at 12:30. Wow, must be tired. Yeah, this trade set up at like 12:10, so you probably wouldn't have even taken that too late in the day. It's cool to note that when that trade set up, you look how that EMA goes right through the middle of that signal bar. That might be a sign you're in congestion. It's going right through the middle. It's not sitting on top. You usually want to you want to see it sitting on top or really far away so it has to go touch. But the fact it's going right through the middle, that's a little subtle sign that maybe it's still like some congestion and stuff. See all these other trades, it like touches and goes over, touches over, kind of goes away from it, into it, away from it, into it. But when it's going right through the middle, like all up in here, see like all that stuff right through the middle, it's not a good sign. So that's pretty much the day. Today was a little bit my like flu game or something. But as long as you show up in the morning with a super clear head and you're paying attention to the first couple trades, you probably didn't need some of these ones in here. It's definitely a little congested, but that's the review today. I'm gonna get out of here, but it's Friday. I had a great week. I want to hold my swings longer because that's probably the one thing. It's not really holding me back, but there's more potential to grow there. But yeah, until then, stay encouraged, stay enthused, enjoy your weekend, do something fun, and then study. And I'll be back on Monday. See y'all.